The probability of rain on any particular day in July is 82%, which is 0.82. The probability of no rain is 1 minus 0.82, which is 0.18. What is the probability that it will not rain at least one day in 8 particular days in July? Probability of at least one of 8 days is rainless is equal to 1 minus probability of the opposite. If you see at least one, just remember to use this rule. If you see at least one in any of the questions, use this rule, 1 minus probability of the opposite. What is the opposite of at least one of the 8 days is rainless? The opposite is it rains every single day in those 8 days. Now let's try to figure this out in a slightly different way. We'll use the rules of logic. The opposite of at least one of the 8 days is rainless. All we have to do is replace at least one, the term at least one, by none. Don't change anything else. So at least one of the 8 days is rainless. What's the opposite of that? None of the 8 days is rainless. And that means it rains every single day. So its probability of rain on the first day, and rain on the second day, and rain on the third day, and we keep going on, and rain on the 8th day. So this is the 8th day. Remember the word and is associated with the multiplication rule, and since the events of rain on any 2 days are independent of each other, we use the straight forward multiplication rule, which is probability of R times the probability of R times the probability of R, and we keep going on until it's the probability of rain on the 8th day. So this is equal to 1 minus 0.82 times 0.82 times 0.82, and we keep going until we reach the 8th number, which is 0.82. So that is equal to 1 minus 0.82 whole to the 8th power. So in our calculators, we enter 1 minus 0.82 to the 8th power, which is equal to 0.795585 and so on. Now if we have to round this to 2 decimal places, or the hundredths place, this is the tenths place, this is the hundredths place, look at the number to the right of the hundredths place. If it's 5 or above, then we add 1 to the hundredths place, so that would be equal to 0.80. So that's the final answer rounded to 2 decimal places or the hundredths place.